Most of the world wakes up in a bedroom that doesn't move. You have a commute. You have a kitchen. For me, my commute is pulling back the curtain. My kitchen is a microwave strapped to a shelf with bungee cords. And my bedroom? It's currently parked off I-80 in Nebraska, vibrating slightly as a reefer unit kicks on next door. Welcome to the office. It's 5 a.m. People see the big rigs on the highway, 18 wheels, 80,000 pounds of steel, taking up space, but they rarely see what happens when the wheels stop turning. Or, more importantly, what it takes to get them moving again. Today, we're hauling produce from the Midwest down to the coast. It's going to be a 600-mile day. This isn't a road trip. This is a lifestyle, and it starts before the sun even thinks about rising. The first mission of the day isn't driving. It's basic hygiene. You grab your shower bag and flip-flops and step out into the cold air, walking across a grease-stained parking lot to the travel center. You wait for your number to be called, hoping the shower stall is clean. It's a strange existence, living your most private moments in public spaces, sharing a bathroom with 50 other strangers who are just passing through. Back at the truck, before the engine really roars to life, there's the ritual. The pre-trip inspection. This isn't just checking boxes because the government says I have to. This is checking if I'm going to make it home alive. I'm out here with a flashlight, crawling under the trailer, checking tire pressure, fluid levels, brake lines, and lights. When you're hauling this much weight, a blown tire isn't just a flat, it's an explosion. It can rip off a fender or cause a rollover. You learn to listen to the machine. You know every rattle, every hiss of the air brakes. If something sounds off, you don't drive. Period. Once the rig is cleared, it's time for the fuel of the trade, high-octane truck stop coffee. You see the same faces in the travel centers at this hour. We don't talk much, just a nod. We all know the grind. We're all fighting the same clock. We grab our fuel, check the load straps one last time, and climb up into the cab. That climb is the separation between us and the rest of the world. Merge on. Get up to speed, set the cruise. The first few hours are usually the best. The sun comes up, the traffic is light, and you feel the raw power of the engine pulling you forward. There's a freedom to it that's hard to explain to someone who works in a cubicle. You are the captain of this ship. You see the country in a way nobody else does. The fog lifting off the fields, the way the light hits the mountains, the small towns waking up. But then the reality sets in. It's just you and the white lines. The biggest challenge of long-haul trucking isn't the physical driving, it's the mental endurance. You have to stay hyper-alert while staring at a mostly unchanging landscape for 11 hours straight. It's a trance state, but a dangerous one. You listen to podcasts, audiobooks, satellite radio, anything to keep the brain engaged. You're constantly scanning. You aren't just driving in the moment. You're thinking 3 miles ahead, always. You're watching that car merging too slow, wondering if they see you. You're checking the bridge height signs. You're feeling the wind picking up, knowing that an empty trailer can flip like a kite in a gust. And then there are the four-wheelers, the cars. They cut in front of you and slam on the brakes, having no idea that at 65 miles per hour, this truck needs the length of 2 football fields to come to a stop. They see a gap. I see my stopping distance. Every day is a defensive game. You have to predict the stupidity of everyone around you because if an accident happens, even if it's not my fault, it's my career on the line. It's not just driving though, it's logistics. We run on a digital leash called the ELD, the electronic logging device. It tracks every second the truck moves. I have 11 hours of drive time and a 14-hour duty window. Once that clock starts, it doesn't stop. If I get stuck in traffic for 2 hours, that's 2 hours of income gone. If a shipper takes 4 hours to load me, that's my driving day ruined. You're always doing math in your head, calculating miles per hour against the countdown on the dash. It adds a layer of stress to every traffic jam and every slow waiter at a diner. Then there are the way stations, the chicken coops. You pull in, hold your breath, and hope you get the green light to bypass. If they call you in for a random level 1 inspection, the DOT officer goes through your truck with a fine-tooth comb. They check your logs, your brakes, your tires. A violation keeps you parked until it's fixed. It costs money, it costs time, and it marks your record. And let's talk about health. Sitting in a vibrating seat for 11 hours a day takes a toll. Your back aches, your legs cramp. Finding healthy food is a constant battle. It's hard not to eat junk when fast food is the only thing available at the exit ramp. But a lot of us cook in the cab now, meal prepping in 12-volt slow cookers or using an air fryer plugged into an inverter. You do what you can to stay healthy, but the sedentary life is the silent killer in this industry. By late afternoon, we hit the city limits. This is where the blood pressure spikes. The open road is gone, replaced by gridlock. Cars darting in your blind spots. Narrow lanes that were built for sedans, not 70-foot vehicles. You have to be aggressive enough to hold your lane, but defensive enough to not crush anyone. You're working the gears, clutching, shifting, watching the mirrors, watching the clearance. It is physically exhausting. We finally arrive at the receiver, the warehouse. Now comes the art form, backing a 53-foot trailer into a dark hole with only inches of clearance on either side, often between two very expensive trucks. If you panic, you hit something. You have to trust your mirrors and your instincts. And once you're docked, you wait. They call it detention time. You might sit there for 3-4 hours while they unload. You're not driving, you're not sleeping, and often, you're not getting paid for this time. It's the hurry up and wait game, and it is easily the most frustrating part of the job. The load is finally off. The clock is ticking down towards zero. Now, the panic sets in. Finding a place to sleep. There is a massive shortage of truck parking in this country. If you don't shut down by 7 p.m., good luck finding a legal spot. You see trucks lined up on the highway's shoulders, which is illegal and dangerous, but sometimes there is literally nowhere else to go. You end up sleeping with one eye open, hoping the highway patrol doesn't knock on your door or a drunk driver doesn't drift into your rig. But tonight, we got lucky. We found a spot at the back of a rest area. The brakes pop, the engine dies, the vibration stops, the silence rings in your ears. This is the only time the job feels truly lonely. You heat up some dinner, maybe watch a movie on your laptop, but mostly, you try to connect with home. You pull out your phone and FaceTime. You see your family sitting at the dinner table without you. You say goodnight to your kids through a screen. That's the price of the mile. We are the blood cells in the veins of the economy. It's a hard life. It's an exhausting life. But it's an essential life. I'm gonna get some shut-eye. The alarm is set for 4:30 a.m. We've got another 600 miles to do tomorrow, and the freight doesn't wait. Thanks for riding along. Drive safe out there.